What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I have my 2003 Harley Davidson Deuce. Just a few specs about the bike. It's an 88 cubic inch motor. That's about 1450 cc. It has about a little over 70 foot-pounds of torque. It's got disc brakes front and back. It weighs about 670 pounds dry. So I bought this bike about 2013. I've had it for a little while. As I mentioned, it's mostly stock. It has a Vans & Hines 2-into-1 exhaust. I bought it like that. The previous owner had this installed, and so the only thing that I've done to it is put a LA Choppers drop kit in the back. I think it dropped it about 2 inches. What I'm going to be doing today is going to be pretty simple. This seat, I'm going to swap it out. I have a Lapera seat. I've never really been a fan of this seat. It's really comfortable, but as you can see, like the lines from the tank back to the fender, it really kind of just loses it here because of how big the seat is. As I mentioned, it's really comfortable, but I wanted to go with something that's equally comfortable, but it's a lot more, has a smaller or slimmer profile. So that's what the look that I'm going for with that Lapera seat. And look really soon for an upcoming video where I'm going to be dropping the front suspension. I'm going to be adding a progressive suspension drop-in kit. So look out for that one. But what I'm going to be doing today is swapping out this kit. I'm sorry, this seat. This particular bike, or the Deuces in general, I really like them. I went with my dad about 20 years ago to pick one up brand new. It was his first Harley Davidson. He still has that bike, drives it to this day. I don't think he's ever going to get rid of it. It's his pride and joy. I've had the same experience with this one. I haven't had any troubles with it. I handle all the basic, just swapping out fluids, filters, brakes, that kind of thing. So I've kept it running without having any issues the entire time that I've had it. What I want to do with this bike in the coming videos is I want to kind of keep the lines of the bike. I want it to still look like a Deuce, but this tank and the bike itself, the motor, I want to keep that look. I definitely don't want to swap out the tank. I like the length of the tank. I like how wide it is. When you look at the bike from the back to the front, it has a really, the tank and the motor combination give it a really, just heavy, bulky looking, just a really heavy set looking bike. So I don't want to go any thinner with that or anything like that. So I have some, I'm going to be swapping out the handlebars for apes, about 12 inches. I don't want to go too much higher. I did build a chopper a long time ago, about 15 years ago, and I had 18-inch apes, and for my reach, that was a little bit much. So when I'd go on longer rides, my fingers would go numb. I think a lot of guys that have driven some ape or rode some ape hanger bikes kind of know what that's about. So I'm going to change out the handlebars for some 12-inch ape hangers. I definitely want to get, I'm thinking about billet wheels for the front and back. The front stock, the front wheel is 18-inch with 16-inch in the back. So I'm looking at probably at least a 23-inch in the front billet, and then an 18-inch in the back as far as wheels go. And then as far as exhaust, I haven't really decided what I want to do with that. My dad has a really nice dual exhaust that ends about that far, right about the front of the wheel. They're really thick pipes. They're made by Samson. If they still make those, I'm actually thinking about getting those. I really like them. Otherwise, Vans & Hines has some other pipes that I really like that have real nice swoops to them. So that's kind of what I'm thinking as far as the exhaust system. But for now, we're gonna get this seat swapped out. Yeah, so let's get started with that. Okay guys, so we're going to start this really simple process of swapping out the seat. For the stock seat, all you have to do is remove this this nut here, just unscrew it, and then you just lift up on the back and and there's kind of a slider and anchor underneath the tank. So you just get that loose and then lift up, and then there's the tab here that slides underneath the tank. So that's pretty easy. So this is the new seat. It's Lapera, as you can see. This seat already feels a lot lighter, but definitely it still has, like I said, I still wanted to have, I go on some pretty long rides sometimes. I still wanted to have some comfort, but a little bit something more streamlined than the stock seat that I just took off. The difference between this one and that one, and the old one as far as installation, is you got a tab here, and then you got these notches here that you have to release the bolts on the swing arm. So that's the only thing. Like, this will actually require a tool to get it on and off, where that one's a little bit easier. That's the only benefit, but it's really easy though. Either way, it's not a deal breaker for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this installed and show you how easy it is. All right. So you got 2 bolts here that you need to take off, and then some bolts on the other side. So I'll release those. Okay, so now that I have the bolts removed, I'm going to go ahead and install this new seat. Okay guys, so there it is, the new seat. As you can see, it's a lot more streamlined. I really like the improvement of the lines from the gas tank back to the rear fender, which is what I didn't really like about the old seat. It just kind of really broke that up. Not really doing a review of the seat itself. Obviously it's too early. After I've had a couple hundred miles to be able to put on the seat of riding, I'll let you guys know how it feels and what how happy I am with the seat or not. I measured before I put this seat on to from the previous seat to this seat, and there's about a 2.5 to 3 inch drop. So my center of gravity is already way improved. I really like the way, even just almost the driving dynamic or the way I am on the bike, the way that feels. So all right guys, so that's the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.